Job.
Generally, it's been a struggle.
I'm here for my bowling, not my batting.
I never should have been a number 11.
There's a breathless hush in the close tonight.
Number 11's my lucky number. It's a tough place to bat.
Centre make in the match to win.
Mitchell Johnson hit me in the ribs. Of course, they don't show any pain.
A bumping pitch and a blinding light.
I hated it.
I won't say I've enjoyed it.
My job was just to go and put my bowling boots on and bowl. I absolutely didn't want to see a bat.
An hour to play and the last man in.
One man left, Matthew Hogarth.
Once you start going down to 11, you're just like the guy who goes in before the roller.
Got him! Why did he do that? They were within 6 deliveries of saving the match.
Is there a more thankless task in the game of cricket than batting at number 11? Being the last hope for a side that knows when you go in, there is, in all likelihood, no hope. And that you're there because you are, at least in your teammates' eyes, hopeless.
You're always thinking what they might be thinking out there. You know, you're playing and missing, and you think, well, I can just imagine what Hansi Cronje must be thinking. No, just get bat and ball, just get someone on strike.
I know it's tough, isn't it? You know, the poor old number 11. You know, he's number 11 is in the game until the final ball's bowled. Whereas if a batsman gets out in that 4th innings, his game's finished. He can no longer take part in the game. Whereas number 11 is still involved in the game until that last ball's bowled. So you've still got to be switched on and focused.
We're left with the responsibility, and if I happen to get out or make a silly decision, people only remember that. They don't remember number 1, 2 and 3 playing silly shots to get out. It was Dernbach hoying across the line being bowled, and that's why we lost the game. I'm not sure that's the case.
These batsmen, they don't know what it's like. We should reverse the order sometimes and send them in and see how they go.
You could be going into a situation where you need 5 to win. You could be going into a situation where someone's on 90 or someone's on 98, and you almost feel as though if you're 10, you get away with it. If you get out, oh, we've got number 11 to come in. You go in at number 11, it's the worst feeling in the world, knowing if you get out, you could be stopping that batsman getting 100. It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Number 10, it's the easiest job in the world. Number 11 is the worst.
The hardest thing is when you lose a game, you're the last man out on the field and you've got to shake everyone's hand when you lose the game. Yeah.
You're always the last one off. So it's almost like you're the one that's messed up. Inevitably, you're the 10th wicket. You've lost the game. You're the one that's walking off the field or running off the field as it used to be, with the crowd running on and giving you abuse for being useless and everything like that. No one asked Mike Atherton to bowl the final over of a one-day game when they need 7 to win. But that's what you're asking a number 11 to do in reverse, isn't it? And it's great when it comes off, but it's pretty mortifying when you walk in the dressing room and everybody else has got their head down and no one says a word to you. And they look at you and say, well, at least you could have struck one to the boundary, or you could have done something.
Well, you go out there, you try to look like you belonged out there, you knew what you were doing, you'd probably have a chat to him and see how the pitch was playing, how quick or how much turn, or try to come up with a bit of a plan. Then you go back, ask for centre, you'd mark centre. I've been watching the batsmen, how they go about it, walk down the pitch, tap the pitch down. I'm not actually sure what I'm doing, but I've seen them do it. So it's about letting the team out there, the fielding team, think this bloke actually knows what he's doing. So you try to have a bit of fun and try to hit a few in the middle. But it's a bit different, number 11. Batsmen go out, their first thought is, okay, where am I scoring? Here's my, this is my strength here and here. If they bowl it, they're thinking of that. Number 11's thinking, okay, I don't want to get hurt. I don't want to embarrass myself too much. I hope I score some runs. So it's a different mentality.
Played for England, batted at 8, got runs. They moved me down, and the more further I went down, the worse I got. And then mentally, it affected me totally. When I batted 11, it was just a case of go in there. I didn't even worry about getting a duck. It was just go in there and just put my bowling boots on and go out and bowl.
There it is, and there he goes. Put the cheese in the trap, in walks the mouse, and off goes his head.
Everything depends on who's at the other end. My mental approach was always, who was at the other end? If I had to block it, you're not so much playing French cricket. you're a number 11 for a reason. The ball's going to get you out, and it's you minimising, throwing your hands at it, and just saying, right, I'll play from my stumps. If he gets me LB, if he nicks me off, well, then he's expected to, and try not to get out in a stupid way, a court cover, a court mid on and mid off with a Vaughan, a Flintoff, or just Gothic or someone like that at the other end.
50 partnership comes up for England. Harmison's made just 2 of them.
But if the other end was Monty or Jimmy or Hoggy, then it was, the trumpet started playing, and once you've seen the first couple, you're thinking, right, I'm not going to be here for long, so I'm going to try and score as many as I can.
Lovely flick from Harmison, who's going to get 4. What a great shot. And it hit for 6. Don't know what all the fuss is about, says England's number 11. Connected this time and hit it out of the ground.
England dressing room are loving it. Andrew Flintoff, his buddy, he'd have loved that.
Sometimes them number 11s, it could be the difference in winning and losing a game.
And that's out. McGrath saying to Steve Waugh, sorry mate, I should have punched it through mid-wicket for 4.
Stephen took it upon himself to be my batting coach for a while, and after a while he reckoned I'd go out with bat right-handed with a cricket bat and look like I couldn't hit it off the square, and then I'd face up left-handed with the stump and hit everything in the middle. And he said I was a natural left-hander trying to bat right-handed and gave up on me.
Oh look, he was probably up there with the worst batsman. I mean, he was comical to bat with because he'd be trying his best, and his best shot was actually the sort of flick off the leg side, but he'd always have his back foot up in the air so that he'd miss the ball, hit his back foot and go onto the stumps, and he'd play on that many times, or he'd get run out, and he'd get so disappointed. But you get back in the change room, he'd try and keep a straight face, and then everyone would burst out laughing as you get the change room.
Full toss. He's made a terrible mess of Mullally's stumps. Mullally's out for a duck.
Well, I bribed Alan Mullally once, who was your number 11 because we didn't have a number 12. And he was against Waqar and Wasim. It don't get any better than them two. And I said to him before he went out, I said, if you ever get at number 11 30 runs for us, I'll buy you 30 pints of Guinness. He liked a Guinness. Somehow at the Oval, he got himself into the 20s.
And just panned Waqar Younis through mid-wicket for 4.
And he shouted from the Oval at that far end to the balcony. Just try and picture that. That must be 100 yards. He put his bat down and shouted, I'm on the balcony, Coach, get him in! He didn't get to 30. He didn't get there.
Last man, Mullally, got 24 very entertaining runs.
But we buddied them up. We put them with buddies. You put one of the batters with one of the lower order. That was something else. Can't call them tail enders, lower order batsmen. So you put one of the top end with the lower end. That's your buddy. You've got to help him out and spend extra time in the nets in preparation with him, help him out.
But then it didn't really work, so we all got blown away. So Athers, buddied up with Angus Fraser. So Gussie would bowl to Ath, and Ath would just keep finding the middle of the bat. And then Ath just found it hilarious and just bumping Gussie off like 12 yards. And Gus didn't think it was that beneficial, really.
Within 5 minutes, he stomped out, Angus. He stomped out of the net, kicking the turf and cursing Atherton for telling him the wrong thing. And why don't you do that then? You're always getting out. And they had a stand-up row at the end of the net.
I was involved in a few, yeah. I had 49. I was highest first class score was 49, and it was with Monty. And Monty decided he was going to run himself out, and I was on 49, which was hilarious. But we do get run out a hell of a lot. I think I was run out 5 or 6 times during my career. But no, the best one was Monty. I hit the ball in the gap, shouted one, Monty stood there, never moved, so I had to tottle back. And then the next ball, I hit it straight to A.B. de Villiers at backward point, who Monty's now decided he's going to run. A.B.'s running, throwing the stumps down. That's it, game over, all out, walking off. I said to Monty, why didn't you run the ball before? He says, I didn't see it. And I went, all right. I said, well, what made you run the second one? He said, I thought he was a wicket keeper.
Alan Donald comes to the crease, has a chat to Lance Klusener. He knows what his job is. 8 deliveries left, 16 to win.
When the old dreaded wicket fell, I was actually out there quite quickly, but once I actually walked on, I actually felt more sort of relaxed about it. Now that you're out there in the middle, didn't face the ball. That was the best thing that probably would have happened to me, or could have happened to me in that game, because Lance smashed one for 6 straight through Rifle's hands. We busted over and went for 6. Got 1 and I was off strike.
Krusner crashed, that could be 4. That's it like a rocket, that's 4.
The next 2 disappeared for 4. Nearly got run out by Darren Lehman from point blank range.
Miss hit, does it run out? Oh, that would have been out!
What is Alan Donald doing? Goodness me, surely Lance Klusener's got to stay on strike.
And the next ball was, you know, we all know what happened there.
3 balls remaining, Krusner on strike. There it is, they go, this will be out, surely! Oh, it's out, it's going to be run out, oh, that's it! South Africa out, Donald didn't run, I cannot believe it!
I could never have moved so slowly in my whole entire life. And when I dropped that bat and I turned round, it was almost everything just slowed down in super slow-mo. And I saw the ball being rolled down the pitch, and then Gilchrist took the stumps out, and that was Gonski.
Hi, I'm Chris Martin, and over the years I've been involved in some of New Zealand's most memorable innings.
And now you too can learn how to bat like Chris Martin. With the video, Learn How to Bat Like Chris Martin. You'll learn everything from how to grip the bat to the secrets behind Chris's signature footwork. So pick up your copy today of Learn How to Bat Like Chris Martin. 'Cause, like Chris,
it's out now.
Coming in now is Glenn McGrath, right-handed batsman, probably being a little bit kinder to Glenn. Just speaking to Alan Border a moment ago, he says that Glenn McGrath works very, very hard at his batting, gets very upset when he gets out.
Stephen had a few different ideas of how I should go about it. One of them was bat sponsors. I didn't really have a bat sponsor, and yet all the batsmen had all these, you know, massive bat sponsorships. So he thought the way I could make more money is if I went to each bat company and said, if you don't pay me $10,000, I'll use your gear. So he thought that's why I could get $10,000 off every bat manufacturer and not use any of their gear.
Danny Morrison comes to the crease as night watchman to face his antagonist, Ambrose. And that's close. Out.
I ended up getting the world record against Curtly Ambrose in Antigua in '96. As much as we were losing and I was a bit down on the bath, Mrs. was there talking. She said, well, at least we've got a theme now. We've got a theme now for the test of the ducks. So the world record on ducks had a duck tie. We had duck callers, and so duck on the menu for the lunch and dinner functions, and then and how about a little bit of, and a little duck as a little after dinnerment and things like that. We had a ball.
Now that's a lonely job. England's last man in on the balcony.
It was one of those situations where you walk out there and you think you're in, again, the dreaded situation where you can do something to save a game of cricket.
Now, our understanding is that unless Donald takes a wicket this over, there won't be any time left for South Africa to bat and score the 1 run for victory.
So you get out there, you think you're in control of it, you then go up to Robert Croft, who was the batsman and on striker's end, and you try to speak and you can't because actually your mouth is so dry because you are nervous. I said, what's going on out here? Boom, 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 boom. He said, I'll tell you what, I'll take Ntini, you can take Donald. I said, well, thanks a lot for that, pal. I think so. I've got Donald.
Only 1 wicket left now for England. Pretty well played by Fraser. Donald to Fraser. A big shout of catch it, but I think it was clearly not off glove or bat. Fraser composes his thoughts again.
And it was just, well, it was just throwing your body in front of the stumps and hoping you weren't going to get even out LBW.
Big shout. Not out, says Cowie. Fraser survives. England have drawn the test match.
I just remember then having a beer in their dressing room, driving home, because I only had 1 beer, to London with my dad, who'd been up there watching the test match, and sort of got to around Birmingham, and all of a sudden my hands started hurting. Because of the adrenaline, you didn't feel the discomfort, but I've been hit 3 or 4 times on the gloves. But coming through that was very, very satisfying.
Did they really expect me to do it? I've not really asked anyone. They'd probably say no. But, you know, did I actually believe that I could do it? Yeah, I did.
Well played. Well played. Playing French cricket virtually there, Graham Onions.
That would have got a lot of top order players out, believe me.
Here comes Makhaya Ntini bowling to Graham Onions. The last ball of the game. Well played. In solidly behind it. He clenches his fists, he raises his fist to the dressing room, and England have gotten out of jail.
The last 6 balls, really, they're not going to waste anything. Yeah, they're going to try and get you out, and thankfully I was, should I say, brave enough to, you know, withhold the pressure.
They can't believe it. They've been there before. We've been here before. Graham Onions has been there before. 17 left here.
4 down, I didn't even think anything of it. There was no chance of me batting. I had my flip-flops on, I had my shorts on, I had all my cosy gears on. Obviously blocking out to save a game. Collie and Bell were going well, we had tea, and all of a sudden it was, you know, bang, bang, bang. Before I knew it, I had my helmet on, I was waiting to go out. And then, I think it might have been KP turned around, and he was sitting at the front, he was like, oh, this is your time again, Bunny. And I remember thinking, well, yeah, why not?
There's a big appeal. Was it going down? All eyes on Harper.
It looked high and it looked leg side to me.
They told him to watch the ball on the way out. Bouncer! Short of the man, wide of the man. What a bouncer. Straight at him. So it comes down to the last over again. He leaves it. Same as Centurion. It's the same reaction. A punch to the dressing room. The England fans celebrate. The England players celebrate. What a test match. What a series.
And then, you know, obviously me raising my fist and lifting my bat was great, really. I've got that picture on my wall now. You know, it was a great day.
Now, if England wanted a hero, who've they got striding in? Monty Panesar, number 11. What a monumental job he has to do alongside James Anderson.
We're all sort of starting to pack up our kit, to be honest with you. You know, I mean, you never saw any way him and Jimmy were going to survive that period. No way at all.
When Monty came to the crease, and Monty being Monty's eyes sort of wide open, like looking quite nervous and quite intense.
We basically surrendered. You know, me and Jimmy knew that we're going to get out at any moment, but we'll just take it each ball as it comes.
Look, it's not like we're expected to save this game, but let's just see where we get to. We'll try and face as many balls as we can.
Oh my goodness me.
Mainly we're just saying, Monty, don't run yourself out here. Like he was so on alert and so keen to do things that you thought he was almost as likely to get run out as anything else.
What a cheer.
I felt very calm, really relaxed. Like, I wasn't feeling the pressure of it at the time.
Oh, dabbed away England. Move into a lead of 1. It's precarious.
I won't say it was chanceless or a stroll in the park, but...
And again.
It was fun seeing the Australians get more and more deflated as we went on. I think that was, you know, very enjoyable.
You know, I don't think we started to believe until I think past the time we went past the Australian score. So
there were an awful lot of gloves that went out.
There was a lot of gloves. It was very sweaty that day, I think.
I don't usually carry a spare pair of gloves, to be honest. Luckily, I had some in my bag that we could swap.
Monty and Jimmy were cool as you like. You know, they just played very sensible cricket there.
Oh, Panesar into the offside. He's through the fielder.
I remember coming to Jimmy and I said, you know, we've got this. This is a draw.
Handshakes. They've done it. They've worked it out. They've realised it. Monty Panesar and Jimmy Anderson, 10 and 11.
Oh, we were just in disbelief when we got back. It was just like you could hear a pin drop, and we obviously hugged everyone, but it was just like a shock. It was like, has that really happened?
When my wife gave birth to our daughter Taylor Rose back in '98, couldn't believe it. In terms of being in the waiting room, the theatre for giving birth, Danny, we've saved your room for you. You've got number 11, your batting number. So, and Kim, not happy. But we did. Room 11 for the delivery. Rip up.